The Washington Wizards control the tap. Wall. Fires the three and knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Capella to Harden. To Anthony. Paul. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Anthony. Can't connect. To Porter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He misses. Harden in possession. 5-point game. Stuffs it down with authority.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Rises for the slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Howard with the rebound. Wall into the front court. Leads 5. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
John Wall at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Free throw up and good by Wall. The Wizards add to their lead via the three-point play. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Ooh, Chris Paul. Missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Wall against Chris Paul. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. To Paul. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Houston.
Gets a shot up off the mark. Washington basketball. Trevor Ariza here against P.J. Tucker. Nice finish at the rim.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Gordon with it. Margins 8. To Rivers. Cleans it up. To Wall. Shot clock winding down. Wall. He made his first effort, but not that time. Tucker to Rivers. Oh, nice find for the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
It's Washington with the basketball. Runner here won't go. The follow won't go either. Baseline drive. And he buries it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Into the front court, it's Wall. The score 12-8. Clint Capella snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Nene, down low for Tucker. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Wall with it up top. It's 12-10. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Capella to Rivers. Won't go down. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. That pass stolen by the Wizards. First quarter's complete. The Wizards out in front. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Gordon with it. Now down 6. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Wall. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Wizards at the controls. Wall. Passed it off and throws it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Gordon with it. Down 4. To Anthony. Nothing going here on that drive. From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Trevor Ariza trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 72%. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Deep left corner. To Capella. Clint Capella. 2 of 4 now. Now the Wizards going to take the timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 6.
Carmelo Anthony rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, that time it was effective, but a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Wall, Capella's on him. To Howard. Clint Capella sends it away. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Beal. Fight to shoot for Washington. Beyond the arc for three. Anthony to Capella. Clint Capella. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Entering the game for the Washington Wizards, number 22 on the floor.
Rockets have the ball. Dwight Howard able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And the slam. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Anthony against Markieff Morris. And he buries it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Into the front court comes Wall. Leads one. Here comes the screen to Wall. Knocks it down from mid-range. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Wizards with the basketball. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Harden to Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. Won't go down. Porter picked up by Paul. Otto Porter. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Add 2 points to the board.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession now.
Wall across the timeline. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Long key from 3/4 court. First half comes to an end. Wizards have the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul to Anthony. Dwight Howard pins it. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Ooh, crisp ball. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Paul with it up top. His group now down 2. Deep right corner. Anthony. That's off the side of the rim, short. Porter against Chris Paul. Flushes it home.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Harden with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. To Capella. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect from in close. Wizards have it. Goes reverse to lay it in. Surveys the floor. Harden in possession. The deficit is 6. Anthony. Wizards have the rebound. Wall into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Clint Capella. 4 out of 7.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Into the front court. It's Wall. They lead it. 4-point game. To Porter. Defense making the ball handler work. Howard, short jumper, won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
P.J. Tucker at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. And he missed the free throw. That is great vision to set it up. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Beal to Porter. Count the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Houston Rockets, number 42.
Wall with it up top. Leads a bucket. To Beal. Can't miss those. Bradley Beal, consistent effort. He's at 50%.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Gordon with it, trailing by 4. To P.J. Tucker. Fires the 3. P.J. Tucker is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Hits the second. One more coming. he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Washington basketball. To Wall. Has a look. And he hits.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Rivers. To Paul. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. And stuffs it home. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Tucker, defended by Green. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Paul across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Eric Gordon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. Into the front court comes Wall. Leads 3. Porter to Wall. Nene! Huge block! And the basket good at the rim. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Foul in the final 2 minutes.
John Wall has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. That ends the third quarter. The Wizards out in front. The Wizards in control of the basketball as we start the fourth. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
To P.J. Tucker. Markieff Morris with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Beal matched up with Capella. No, I missed a short one there. Harden into the front court. All tied up, just underway in this fourth quarter. To P.J. Tucker. Now a steal by Washington.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To P.J. Tucker. To Harden. And counted at the rim.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Beal, guarded by Carmelo Anthony. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. Harden with the basketball. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
It's Washington with the basketball. Wall picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
You see, that's well timed right there. Not a minute too soon or a minute too late. They needed that one.
Wall, defended by Melo. And the Rockets have the rebound. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Wizards at the controls. For three, that one off. Harden in possession. Leads 4.
2 minutes left.
James Harden looking good. 4 for 5.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Beal goes to the left side. Porter buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
To Harden. James Harden. He's now 5 for 6.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Wall across the timeline. Down 5. Porter. Nothing going here on that drive. Bradley Beal sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Scores from the post.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The rebound belongs to Houston. To Capella. Otto Porter swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington. They're down big in this fourth quarter. And a chance here to empty their bench. Wall here against P.J. Tucker. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. Now Paul with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
Now the Wizards going to take the timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Markieff Morris, picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Wall, defended by Tucker. Just not going down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they take care of business at home. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got the win in a close game. No one should be surprised that we're highlighting all of the shots that were blocked in this contest. It's just amazing how one swat can fire up a team, and even their coach. The Wizards lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
James Harden gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.